The open wheel showdown about ready to commence here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. This young man out of Columbia, Missouri, just graduated from welding school with a, what'd you call that thing?
Stainless Assassin.
The Stainless Assassin. Ladies and gentlemen, Columbia, Missouri's Timmy Smith joining us at Lucas Oil Speedway. First of all, good to see you, buddy. Tell us about juggling school. You recently graduated this past week, and juggling the race car, the racing operation.
Been tough traveling back and forth, but I mean, it's been fun. I mean, it's learned welding. I mean, we've got to weld these chassis up, and I would love to weld up chassis one day for a living.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. Dad's wanting to get you into the chassis building business, and maybe one day we can make a little money at doing this. This costs so much so much money to do. And with that, you guys have been fortunate enough. This car's been around a long time, and you've been able to obtain some really good sponsors, the likes of Tiger Towing, Sorrells Auto and Truck Parts, and the Stewart House. Tell us about those folks and your relationship with it.
Oh, they're really good friends of ours. Sometimes I don't even consider them sponsors. I mean, they're just good friends, and they help the community race, and Tiger Towing helps quite a bit too. They help us race quite a bit.
Steve Kinzer, Danny Lasowski, Terry McCarl, on down the line. That's just to name a few. Jimmy Sills. Those are the likes of drivers that have graced this seat, and you are fully aware of that. Tell us how you feel about filling such big shoes when your dad said, okay, we're about ready to put you in this sprint car.
Not gonna lie, very nervous at first, but driving the same car Steve Kinzer once drove is very amazing. It's a great honor to race with Tony Bruce Jr. I learned a lot from Tony. When I was about to hop in the car, Tony was driving this thing. He told me a lot about throttle control, steering, all that good stuff.
You've learned, obviously we said you graduated from the go-karts. You've learned so much in the first two and a half years of driving a race car, especially from last fall forward. A big crash in Moberly, Missouri. Didn't really know if you wanted to race anymore. You figured out you did. Come out with your gloves swinging at Eldon, Missouri, the Lake Ozark Speedway. Raced on your first Cowboy Up track ever. Talk about the learning curve, especially in the last year you've gone through.
Cowboy Up track is very interesting. I mean, you couldn't even see up half of the holes, and sometimes you had to go through the holes to be faster because that's where the moisture was. So it was a learning curve for sure, but I think I did very well and secured a spot in the A main and almost finished it, but we had engine issues.
Picked up his first career heat win at the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series Hawken Memorial last fall. That was a huge feather in your cap. I know you're very excited to be back here tonight.
Yes, this is my most successful track out of all of them. Ready to get back going, maybe get a second heat win, and maybe a top 5 in the feature tonight. Who knows?
Live coverage getting ready to come up on RacinBoys.com. Be sure to check in and check us out. Check this young man out. And by all means, this interview brought to you by the fine folks of Tiger Towing, Sorrells Auto and Truck Parts,